10 pages,
Experience.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the middle one of
I am recording.
I don't know.
Okay. We're live? Okay, it is 8 o'clock, let's stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I probably shouldn't say we're live, because people do ask if we're live.
Yeah. We
We're
are
on
not.
recording.
We're
How about
recording.
that? Okay. Anyone for public discussion? Okay, then we will move to, need a motion to approve the agenda and minutes from February 24th. Motion by Haas, second by Stacker. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next up is to review and approve the claims and drainage claims. Does anyone wanna make that motion? Or if we have questions, that's fine.
No, I had a claim for my business in there, so I was gonna
Oh,
abstain
that's fine.
from voting, so.
That's fine.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Stecker,
I could second.
second by Haas. Any discussion on the claims? If not, all in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye? Any opposed?
Yeah,
Motion
very
carried, four ayes, one abstention.
Have it.
Accidental aye.
Yep, accident.
Okay, next up we can acknowledge the budget status report. Any questions on that? If not, we'll let the record reflect that that is acknowledged. Next is discussion, decision, scheduling, and expectations for the ABATE rally this year. I believe that's why you're in here, Phil.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, good morning.
So I have a meeting with the big today.
Okay,
They have their board meeting this coming Sunday. So they have appointed a new person to be in charge of the first aid at the rally. So that person did reach out and contact me, and we had a conversation, and we're gonna meet today after this board meeting to try to have something in place. So I did have a conversation with the advisory council regarding this, because we did have that meeting with them. Nothing happened from that. We still did not get a donation or anything again last year. So, I don't know if you wanna add anything to that, cause you were part of the conversation as well, but.
Yeah.
I think going forward, we need to have some kind of contract in place, some kind of, this is what we're gonna charge, and that's it. Relying on a donation isn't gonna happen. Burt Fire Department goes out there every year and does their fireworks for them. They get $1,000 for that, and they're out there for a couple hours. So there's no reason they can't help offset our cost of covering their event on the 4th of July. We covered the event from 7 a.m. Thursday morning until 7 a.m. Sunday morning, so it's 3 complete days, so we're looking at 72 hours that we're there, or not that we're there, that we have extra staff on hand to cover the event. When that first started, we would go to the park 24 hours a day. We finally woke up on that a little bit and said, this is ridiculous, there's no sense of us sitting out there while everybody in the park's sleeping during the night, so. And plus in the morning, it's real quiet out there in the morning, so we backed off our time when we started going out there around noon to 2 o'clock in the afternoon and staying out there till like midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. The last couple of years, we did not go out at all. We stayed in town and we responded to calls. They have a first aid station in place. They said they didn't want us to be on site, just to respond when they had a call. So that's what we did the last couple of years. We responded, but we still have the staff on hand. The staff are still being paid, whether they're sitting in town or if they're sitting at the park. We still have the expense of covering staff for that event. We can't not have the staff in place because it's not fair to our residents to not have a crew in place for them that are actually paying for that service or a service they expect. So talking with advisory council, currently we charge $50 an hour for the races, for any special events that we currently do. So fair events, races, anything like that we do, we get $50 an hour. So we go to the races for 4 hours, we get $200. So we decided it was fair to charge them the same thing. That way we're not 2 different races, one rate for standby for events, $50 an hour. The only question I have for you guys on that is, do we charge them $50 an hour when we're sitting in town? And to charge them $50 an hour when we actually go to the park? Or, our cost isn't gonna change whether we're in town or if we're at the park, we still have the same number of people on duty.
Well, I feel like the argument that they're gonna have is, you know, you're charging $50 an hour, but you're actually sitting at the races, or you're sitting at one of those events, so I think if they're going to pay the $50 an hour, I feel like they're probably gonna expect you to be out there.
And I'm not willing to stop at 24 hours a day, it just burns our staff out, it's not fair to them. So if we did $25 an hour while we're on standby, $50 an hour at the park is an option. If they choose for us not to go at all, 72 hours times $25, I didn't add this up off the top of my head, it's about what, $1,800? I believe, $50 an hour would be 3,600, we have, for 72. So it'd be $1,800, if we did part of that, you know, it'd be over and above that. Our staffing for the event costs us, because we have overtime over the 4th of July as well, so our staffing is still in excess of $3,500, even if they did the full amount. But we do also get some revenue if we have a call out there, so we do get some revenue back from that as well. Last year, we only had one call during the rally, which is very, very unusual. We had one call prior to the rally because now they're starting to let people stay there prior to the rally starting, so we did have a call out there prior to the rally starting. But during those 3 days that we have coverage on, we only had one call last year. I think we had a dozen to 15 last year, so it's, calls out there are really contingent on the weather. If it's hot, we have more calls than if it's a cooler, rainy weekend. Last year we had the moisture and people left, had to come back on their calls. So anyway, I would like to have some kind of decision before we talk with them today and say this is what we're gonna do this year instead of leaving it to chance.
And you're making it our problem.
I guess based on the recommendation of the advisory council, I mean, they're recommending we charge them like we do the other standby events. But those were on site, so we want to do something different for not being on site, like Josh said, we could do a lesser rate.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of it, I mean, what you said, with what Josh said, I was thinking the exact same thing, they're gonna say, you know, if you, but I don't think they wanna pay it, they came back a year ago with, you know, we pay taxes, and I know there's a difference, don't get me wrong, I'm hearing you. Like, do you think they'll pay it?
I guess if we put a contract in place and they sign it
Is this year or next year?
this year. I would like to put a contract in place and tell them that we're gonna have a contract and expect them to sign it.
You're gonna have Todd write that up, or who's gonna write that?
I think I talked to Todd and
Well, I'd give them the 2 rates, tell them $25 for standby, $50 if you're on site, tell them that you can do it for, you know, 25 for just on call, staying away, and then have certain hours that you're there, like if you were saying, you know, 2 o'clock to 2 AM, charge the $50 rate, but then during the other times, it would be a $25 rate. And if you guys could set up some kind of a schedule, I think that would be good.
Were you out there this year from two?
we didn't go at all because
You didn't
it
go
was a
at all.
donation last year, so we didn't go at all. We responded, we still had the crew, we responded from town.
Well, if you're not gonna be out there, I say, I'd be $25 an hour. You know, cause you're not out.
We have something for our time.
Yeah, for sure. Well, because you're having extra people on staff. You know, if you didn't have the extra people.
I haven't
on
checked
staff,
with
it'd be different.
Fort City for a while, but when they did the Tree Town over there, their festival over there, they were getting around $10,000 for that event. That was a weekend event, this is a 3-day event, so we're not asking for something that's way out of.
What's your best idea?
My best idea, I like the 25-50 because I do not want to sit out there 24 hours a day. And I'm like you, if we're gonna charge them the same, whether we're there or not there, they're gonna say, well, then be here.
Yeah, and it makes sense to have a split rate if they need you on site for a portion of the hours, you have a rate for that, if you can stay in town, right, have a rate for that. I'd be good with 25 for standby, 50 for on-site,
If they want you there.
yeah, if they.
Not for responding to a call, but it's just.
We'll see what happens if
If
they're
we're
needed
staying,
Sunday.
yeah, if we're staying there on standby.
You know, they could come back Sunday and say they're not gonna sign anything, and
The other thing,
then we have to deal with that, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully they're willing to work with us.
Well, why don't you go with that then?
No, sounds like
just payroll.
you need something official, or?
Be nice to, at least we can say there's one.
I'll make a motion to have, set the rate at $50 for on-site and 25 for standby for the abate event.
Okay, motion by Stecker, second by Wactor, to set the rate at $50 on-site and $25 standby.
Do we need to say anything about the contract, because we want us to approve the contract once it's.
Yeah, and we could add in there to have Phil work with Todd to get a contract prepared.
Did you second that, Josh?
He did. Okay, any further discussion on that? Okay, if not, all in favor of approving the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, Phil.
Clock there for a second.
Alright, next up is discussion, decision, approved memo of understanding between Kossuth County and Kossuth County Deputy Association.
So Roger apologizes, he is home sick this morning. He wanted me to let you know that the, MOU that you see, in your packets was written by Ann from Ayler's Law Firm. And the deputy union representative looked it over and approved it, it just needs your guys' approval and signature. He did say if you have any questions, we can call him, but he thought it was pretty. And he knows that you have talked about it in the past, so.
And this is just to match up with the rest of the county.
Yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
holiday and the longevity, I
Right.
believe.
Right. Okay, anybody want, or
Just, this is kinda tied in, but not, it's not in the MOU, but did anybody look into the agreement we had as far as the health insurance question that was brought up? And Howard asked about that. As far as language for that.
Do we have a copy of the contract in the
somewhere?
public drive?
The union contract,
Yeah.
Yeah, the one we,
I don't know about that.
Did I miss one?
No,
I thought
Oh.
we had put this info with
That's-
whatever
this is
somebody
yours.
else, but you
I
know, the
thought-
exact wording, I don't know.
yeah, I knew it was
We
asked
should
and I
find
don't
it.
know if it got double checked.
I know, so some of it, I know we talked about some of it, so some of it additions to the union contract, like something that was omitted, can be approved by you guys, but changes in languages, for certain things have to go like in front of the union, it has to be like negotiated.
Yep.
So, I know that they are aware of that, and I can't remember if that's what Donna and Doug and Roger and I talked about last time, was that if it was about the health insurance or if it was about something else that had to be.
Well, can we get a copy of that, just emailed maybe to us, Claire?
Yeah, their union contract is what
Yeah.
you want, yeah, let me look and
I
see,
think we wanna see the language of how the health insurance is.
and I don't know if it's in there. I don't think there's anything about health insurance in their union contract, but,
Yeah, well,
That'd be good.
let's find the document and then we can all look at it. quick.
yeah, let me see if there's anything.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I just searched it in my emails.
You wanna forward it out to all of us so we got it handy?
Yeah, thank you. Good catch.
Okay, I just got it, Josh, here.
I don't think if there's anything else.
Sick leave. Insurance. Employees will be covered under the countywide group health insurance plan or plans and will be responsible for the same contribution toward health insurance premiums as other county employees.
Well,
There's our answer.
There's our answer. I thought we did. I was almost positive we did.
Yep. Okay,
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Just good to double check that.
Yeah,
yep. Okay. Somebody wanna approve the MOU then? We need a motion. Motion by Garmin,
I'll second.
second by Wactor. Discussion on it. Hearing none, all in favor of approving the memorandum of understanding, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Get my words out there. Okay, discussion decision to approve ag land allows and disallows. We did a bunch of these, was it last week or week before?
Yeah, what did we do last week?
We
Yeah.
did family.
that was family
Oh,
farm.
it was family farm, that's right.
Now we just get to tell Brittany no.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
she
this-
appreciates
she
that.
has quite the stack, she did
Yeah.
not appreciate
I
it.
won't forget my name again. Okay. Okay, anybody wanna make that motion?
Tell me what it is, I'm sorry.
Did we have a list? And did I miss a list of them?
Maybe
No.
I didn't put a list with them on the
I don't think there
card.
was one in the
I didn't see
packet.
it.
No.
So how's it
Oh,
different
list.
from family farm, I guess is the
So
question.
they don't have to apply for it, so there's no form to fill out. It's just all land used for agriculture or horticultural purposes in tracts of 10 acres or more and land of less than 10 acres if contiguous to qualify land of 10 acres or more. So they have to be contiguous with 10 acres and it has to be the same owner.
And how's it different from what was last week?
Family farm?
Family farm.
They have to apply
It's
for
just
that.
another one, it's
Yeah.
another one in the list of credits.
Family farm, they do have to sign up for.
Yes, they have to apply
Yeah.
for it.
They've got a
But once
little
they
bit
sign
So
up-
more.
basically, everybody gets this? Or who wouldn't qualify? I'm confused.
If you
Has to
don't
be
meet the
ag.
criteria.
And-
Yeah.
And, okay,
So like, if you have 5 acres and you don't have 10 acres, it wouldn't meet the criteria.
but if it's a 10-acre parcel attached to a bigger one, you do. So
Yeah.
it's almost everybody.
Well, it's
There's a lot of
Quite a
parcels
few
out there
people,
that
yeah.
wouldn't, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot that would.
And
There's
what-
more than you think for parcels.
And there's a listing that they run,
Yeah.
that shows where there's possible things that are, and changes.
Mhm.
I like,
When somebody like separates off an acreage or something like that, and it's no longer attached to,
Yeah.
that farm ground, then that's kind of flagged in the system, they look into it and they check into all of them.
Owners change quite often too.
So obviously this isn't every farm in the county, so is there a rotating basis of approving them?
Don't look
Are
at
we,
me.
are we
Every-
only
every year.
approving the disallows right now?
yes,
Oh, these are just the disallows, okay.
It says allows, disallows
Oh,
on
okay,
the
okay,
agenda,
okay,
so these are the only ones that are being disallowed.
I guess I didn't catch it said allows on there.
That's
Sorry.
fine.
that's fine.
It's okay.
I do have allows, but I don't.
I don't have to
very
sign
many
the
of them.
allows,
You don't
though.
have to sign
Yeah.
them.
Okay,
We
okay.
don't, yeah.
Gonna say,
Yeah, it's
that'd be a
just
lot,
the
lot to
These are all
sign, okay,
signed and they've been disallowed.
Yep,
gotcha, okay. Very good,
sorry.
that's fine, that's fine. Okay, anybody wanna make a motion to approve the ag land disallows?
I can do that.
Motion by Haas,
So they're- meet all the criteria,
Yep,
obviously, we're not reviewing them, right?
I mean, I can sit down and show you them all if
And
you want to.
I got the stack here.
Yeah.
The summary sheet that was put in our packet or in our folder.
I
that
have,
Had them, I don't know if you have that in there.
Just in case we get a phone call when people get the letter,
I
it'd be
can- I
nice to
can send
have
it to you.
something.
Okay,
I can send
yeah,
it to you guys. Okay,
that'd be good to have something like this.
Yeah, because we may get phone calls, so.
I'll stick with the motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
second by Stecker. Any discussion on the motion? And hearing none, all in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thanks Brittany.
Thank you.
We'll get to signing. Okay, what is it? Oh, I gotta sign this too. Okay, discussion decision to set date and time for proposed tax hearing FY 26-27. What date do you have in
I'm
mind?
requesting it March 24th at 1:00 p.m. It has to be a separate agenda, separate
Yeah.
board meeting, so I
Okay.
am requesting if it works for everybody, the 24th at 1:00.
Okay,
And then once you approve this date, I will go in and enter it. Now submit it and it will be ready. We will have made our March 5th deadline. It's all ready to go. It's just waiting for the date.
March 24, 1 p.m. Sound good to everybody? Barring no new arrivals, I will be here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do we need to make that official?
Yes, we'll need a motion for that.
I'll make that.
Second.
Motion by Wactor, second by Garmin to set the public hearing, proposed tax hearing for March 24th, 1 p.m. Any further discussion on that, date and time? If not, all in favor of approving, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. And then we have, to approve 2080 agreements for Kossuth County Tales of Hope and Healthy Harvest of North Iowa.
This is per Auditor Rob's hand a few years ago when he said we have to have 2080 agreements with anybody that we're giving budget allocations to. So these are 2080 agreements for both of them.
Okay.
This is a heck of a question, I wondered about it, and you may have just told the whole story right there, I'm not debating the point. Is it a case where more than one county gives to it, or more than one entity gives to it, or is it anybody?
Anybody, any allocation that a government entity gives to a non-profit
You
has
have
to
to
have.
define the public purpose in it. Is basically the
Thanks,
summary.
I wondered, thanks.
Did we go away from resolutions being okay as a public purpose?
Yes,
We agree with some of those, Steve, but
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
he-
been,
3 or 4
4 years.
years ago, and it went from resolutions to you have to do it now.
yeah,
So, did we do it last year did we have one in place for Healthy Harvest before, or they changed their name, or what's?
both
No.
of these would be new.
Both of these are
Both
new.
new, good.
we did get the healthy harvest last year,
No,
didn't
we,
we? This is the first year?
no, we did give
Yeah,
to
we
Healthy
did.
Harvest, yes,
This
yes, we
current
did,
This is
year.
the first year
We-
for
for Tales of Hope,
but
Right.
not for.
Yeah.
Right.
correct.
So,
And they're both open-ended, so that we don't have to renew them every year.
so, oh my God, pounding on this for a reason I'm not, so why did we not have one for Healthy Harvest last year?
Yeah, I
Just
noticed
missed
that
it.
we did not
Okay,
have one,
that's
so,
fine, thank you,
so I asked them to come up with one, so.
okay, thanks.
Okay. Anybody wanna approve, should we do them separately? Or do them together, okay? Approve the 2080 agreements for Tales of Hope and Healthy Harvest.
Sure.
Motion by Haas and second by Garmin. Any discussion on the 2080 agreements? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. And then we have discussion solar ordinance, was Corey coming over for this, or what we were,
Is my thing to cover? Or are we fine with the way it is, or?
they got published?
It's published.
But why is it?
I think maybe we
why do
asked
have
Tammy to put it
discuss
on,
later
Yeah.
now?
put it on every week to make sure we were on top of
I
things.
think you were
We're talking
gonna,
about that for health insurance, I know.
well, I thought you were gonna look at the copy that Anne, I mean, it's been published, but I thought you were gonna discuss the copy that she
Oh,
changed.
The,
You had the
the
language, but,
waiver language.
yeah, you didn't have the copy yet, so,
The waiver.
Okay.
Right.
but, the public notice has been published, which is just the short public notice
Yeah.
version.
Yep,
see here, look at that.
I was gonna say,
It would be, who sent it, was it Corey?
Yep. Or Maria rather, responding to email on the 26th. I think we'd be looking at section 4, or article 4, be letters L and M. Or K, L, M, K is any property owner setback distance requirement waivers. And L, a waiver request for specific application requirements upon showing of impossibility or hardship may be requested at the time of application. Applications that lack any required information in this ordinance and which do not make an express waiver request will be deemed incomplete and will be returned to the applicant. And then letter M says a permit fee in the amount of $1,000 per megawatt per application. And then it was raised to 100 feet there in the setback. The sentence in letter K, any property owner setback distance requirement waivers, it just, the sentence sounds wrong. Or is there something grammatic?
I would say it's probably okay because it's under the application requirements, so it's just saying that if you have any of those, that's a requirement for
Okay,
your
okay,
application.
it just
Lawyer
sounded choppy and
It's,
I don't know.
yeah,
Lawyer talk.
lawyer talk, okay.
yeah, it's legal language, but it's in the structure that it's intended, I would
Okay.
say.
I just thought twice when reading it.
Because then following that up, it says if you don't have those, it will be deemed incomplete and returned.
Okay,
But that, anything that you want in there should be turned in as the package of your application, I would say.
okay.
I don't know if there's any more of a defined waiver request that we need, but I guess if that's the language they put together, it's probably sufficient, but I don't know if we should have some sort of like template or form that would be standard for it.
I imagine the actual waiver template probably doesn't need to be in the ordinance, but.
Probably not in the
Yeah,
ordinance,
'cause agreements
but
do
whether we should
change.
have something.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to have something if it comes up.
Okay, so I had an email from Doug, he wanted to be in on this conversation, so I just
Oh.
emailed him, but if you wanna call him and
Okay.
let him know,
Still 101.
101, yeah.
Do we wanna call Corey too?
Hi Doug, Howard up in the boardroom. We're talking solar and. Okay, thank you. And what's Corey?
Right there, top corner, 512.
512.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't have a different number for sanitary.
That is sanitary.
No, but I mean
For planning and zoning.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
Separate phones.
he's not gonna answer.
Oh, he's not here today, he's helping with the election, sorry.
Helping with the election.
So is he off-site, like,
Mhm.
oh,
I did not leave a message.
When the polls open,
They opened this morning at
we were Friday
7.
this morning.
Yeah.
Today's the North Kossuth election.
Helping you or helping, I don't care,
He's helping at the polls.
I just wondered if he was a poll worker or
Yeah,
something.
he is.
So that's not like your civic duty thing, like where you see people out there, or
Yeah.
doesn't he live in Whittemore? But
Yeah.
you can go anywhere and do that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So like if I wanted to go work as a poll worker in Bancroft, I could go do that?
Yeah, we like to,
Oh.
but if we can't get enough, especially like right now for special elections, a lot of our regular PEOs are south for the winter or not
Oh.
available, and so sometimes
Sure.
we have to fill in.
Hey there.
Sure.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks. You're discussing that, the new ordinance, I guess in that drainage portion of that.
Guide us to what page or section?
It would be the plan citing requirements.
Article 5B.
So Article 5, yeah, page 6, I think, is what it is. Article 5, paragraph B, all structures other than fences shall be developed within minimum setbacks shown below. And A says public drainage tile under the supervision of the Board of Supervisors. There, in item B is public open drainage district ditches. I would think that you'd wanna make sure that it's drainage district ditches, and it might be under control of the Board of Supervisors, or it might be public
I think I
trustee,
Right,
Board of
right,
Trustees.
right.
say that out loud a week ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
I agree, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
if you've already had that discussion,
Well,
that's.
it's not in here, I mean,
We
Because
did-
sometimes
we
they're
did
one and
have
the
that
same,
discussion,
yeah.
but it
Yeah,
didn't-
there are most of the times,
Mhm.
the Board of Supervisors are the trustees of the drain, but there are drainage districts in
under
the
the
Sioux
supervision of a
County.
board of trustees should,
Honestly, you could probably eliminate under the supervision of Board of Supervisors and say under Iowa Code 468. That would get all of it.
whatever, yeah. That's
It would, it would apply to both. You just
Are
take out the specification there.
the drainage district procedures, construction within drainage district right of way, they refer to 468-500, which talks about drainage district trustees. And I guess I would just,
If you,
reading through that, I thought it would be important to have
Mhm.
that.
if you just hit 468 as a general thing, it would cover everything. And the specific section might not hurt, but. Yeah, that's true, we did talk about that.
Okay, well, that's fine then.
Well, we didn't get it changed.
We talked about it, but it's not changed.
Yeah,
So,
we
Yeah.
still need to get it.
I just wanted to make you aware.
Yep,
yeah,
thanks for that.
Thank you.
If you read that Sarasota County one that the gal sent out, they're very protective of their private tile too, and I don't know how you would do that. but
I don't know that they can,
They just pound on it, isn't it?
they might have it as a talking point, but if it push came to shove, I don't know that they have a lot of authority there.
We'll look at adding some language.
Well, no, that's fine, I just wanted to make sure that,
Is that the only thing that you saw that
yeah,
you,
no.
okay.
So,
He's
Oh,
not
under,
here.
that's right, he's working, that's right.
under 26.521 and 26.522, do you want me to have her remove under the supervision of the Board of Supervisors and add under Iowa Code 468?
I'd change Board of Supervisors to 461.
For 68,
For 468, yeah.
Okay,
as it would outline,
Yeah, I
Trustees
referenced the whole
and-
chapter, that's all your drainage laws in Iowa, so 468.
I'm good with that.
is there any negative to that, or is that?
So you're talking about this part, Article 5B, A subsection.
A and B
A
would
and B.
more or less,
So tile
tiles one and
open this,
open ditches, and then the rest of that would be the same language, whatever the board chooses.
Yeah, you've got a different copy.
I mean,
than I do.
I really, I believe that the intent is that, so trustees,
right,
I also-
we talked about it, just, you're right, we didn't get it in there.
okay.
We have until, how long to get this?
so the version
It's
that
already
you guys are
published.
looking at,
That's what Maria sent out.
Yeah, that was.
She highlighted the changes and then she sent the final, so I think the one was for us to see what she put in.
okay, cause I'm
And the
looking
other
at the
one.
final one, and it's different than the one
Okay,
you
which
guys
one, where are you
Oh.
at?
What?
So I'm looking at the one
Is there
that
a different
came the
one?
27th,
I don't have one for the 27th.
I don't either.
That was just
she
sent
must
to you.
have sent it to me, when I asked for the copies and the notice of public hearing, and it's completely different than the one you guys are looking
Oh,
at, that's why I
well,
was kinda
For
confused.
those two sections or for other stuff?
It's named, it's completely different, here, I'll
It's
send
not,
it
it's
to
not
you,
even structured the same with the points.
I'll send it,
Does it have the same language in those two items?
it's,
think so.
it's under, it's labeled differently,
Well, there,
Okay, when you were rattling off numbers, I was like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
yeah,
I don't have 26 point whatever, yeah.
yeah, I have what Corey forwarded this to me.
Yeah. what is-
And, there, section 2 and section 3 talks about renumbering articles, so I have a feeling
there,
what Tammy is looking at is some of the new numbering
it
system.
is,
Yeah.
because there is no section 2 and
Okay.
3 in this one, it's all,
Yeah, that
Okay.
26.521, it's got the same language,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's all in a different structure.
okay,
Okay.
so if I would
But
change,
it's got board of supervisors there too.
Would we be looking to change both, no, or just 522?
521 and
and
522
two.
Oh, sure.
both say board of supervisors.
Yeah.
Or
Refer-
we could say chapter 468.
Public drainage tile,
Yeah.
Public drainage tile under,
under Iowa Code chapter 468.
I think you wanna make sure public drainage district,
District.
Yeah,
so 521 public drainage district,
yes,
Yeah.
yes, much like
my opinion.
522 says drainage district ditches, yeah.
I will send this copy to you too, Doug.
Thank you.
Okay.
And probably send that back to Maria and highlight the or reference the two sections that we changed that, so she's got that for the final version that
Okay.
we approved.
Okay,
Doesn't change any of the context, it just clarifies it.
I'll copy you
I
guys.
agree, it's not
Yeah.
a substantial change, it's
I think,
it was
yeah,
enough that we talked about it.
it's good to clarify, but yeah, it doesn't change the intent of anything, it just specifies, which is good. Okay, do we have anything else on that?
I will copy you guys in it when I send it to Maria.
okay,
Perfect.
thank you. Alright. We can move on from that topic then. Oh, and I guess Doug, you were up next with the next items here, so.
Yeah, we have received an agreement from the Iowa Department of Transportation for a signal upgrade near Galbraith. There's a railroad intersection there, and the railroad and the Department of Transportation in Kossuth County would like to get active signs there. So this would be for LED flashing lights, gate arms, and all the circuitry that goes along with it. This is 100% paid for by the federal government. There's no local money involved. However, there will be some local work that may occur, just some shouldering or maybe a place to build for a box. If you notice where the gate arms are, there's a box. So there might be a little bit of work that Kossuth County would have to help out on, but I would recommend approval. I think this is a great safety opportunity for Kossuth County.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Stecker, second by Garmin to approve. Any discussion on the motion?
I'm sorry, but yeah.
Go ahead.
Who maintains it the next?
It's always the railroad.
No
These are-
cost,
No, but that is the railroad's responsibility.
so is the ultimate goal to have one at every hard surface road crossing, or?
Some are more dangerous than others. This one happens to have a skew, if you're familiar with
I'm
the area.
familiar, It goes at an
If you
angle.
are, whichever way, if you're looking left,
You gotta look behind you.
you gotta
Yeah.
look a long ways. And actually, eastbound traffic, there's a building there as well, and the elevator. So, different degrees. Unfortunately, the railroad determines safety a lot of times by how many accidents occur, and we just had an accident here. Fortunately, it was not a fatality, but a semi-truck was hit by a train. So sometimes that's what causes this also, Howard.
Thanks.
Very good questions. Well, for example, Irvington, if you're familiar, going up that hill
Put a stop
to the
sign.
south, we got signals on that, and that one, we were requesting signals since the 1990s. And finally, we got an application and they approved it. We are required painting, symbols for painting. We
Sign.
paint them on pavements anyway, whether there's an active signal or not.
Okay.
Very good. Yep, so if no further discussion, then all in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. You have two things to sign. There's that little corner. Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Just a general question about railroad crossings, is it, you mentioned the circuitry, is it a time thing for how long the train, or a distance thing, or how far back is
It's
that?
distance, which I think, I'm not an expert, but there's some signs on there, so the person that is operating the engine is required to blow a whistle.
Sure.
Somehow there's different, dashes and dots, or whatever you wanna call it, for sound, and then also somewhere back there, a certain distance traveling so fast, it'll give, it'll put those,
I always,
active
so-
signals.
selfishly, when I leave Hobarton and pull out of the drive, you're immediately turning right and crossing the railroad tracks, and I mean, will the arms come down on top of you if that,
Yeah.
evidently they won't, or
I don't know
they
about
start
that.
bing, bing, binging before the arms drop, or?
I think, yeah,
think
there's
the
a,
lights go first
there's,
before the arms.
again, distances back there, and I'm not familiar
Stupid
with
question.
everything. But, a lot of it depends on the speed that the train, so that distance, so it gives you time.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, thanks.
Sure.
Okay. Anything for right away today?
We do not have any requests for, working the road right away.
Discussion?
Working on a budget and program, Iowa DOT budget and program right now for fiscal year 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. We did get a Sway City operator hired, Mark Krantz, and he actually started yesterday. So he is going. Still continuing in our office to prepare for 2-week pay periods. Last week, the board and I attended the meeting remotely, virtually, the DD 129 project, the East Main, Minnesota, going up into Minnesota into that drainage ditch. I did talk a little bit with the engineer from Bolton and Mink and requested that under the road, that be reinforced concrete pipe tied. Minnesota does things a little bit different than Iowa. And between himself and the drainage clerk or the whoever the drainage person is,
The name.
I did agree that the road department would just pay the difference in price from concrete to whatever else they are. So the roads will be responsible for any price increase due to that going through that road. Working on a little bit, getting some of the different types of issues between the handbook and the secondary road collective bargaining unit. Working on that. Working on the annual post-closure financial assurance, which is coming up April 1. It's due May 2nd. We'll have cleanup days, so the transfer station will be open that Saturday morning from 8 to noon. And then working on consumer-driven healthcare and the different meetings that we're having on the 25th of March and the 31st of March. I'm working with Donna and Tammy on that. Luke Snyder is also kind of working a little bit with some of the data as far as trying to compare the standard insurance and the high deductible health plan. So that's kind of what is being worked on. I think roads are staying pretty firm right now. We got a little bit of moisture in the forecast. We'll see what happens, but March came in like I believe a lamb. I think most people will call it a lamb. We'll see what it leaves like. So. But I think roads are pretty good right now. And fortunately, we don't have snow or ice to fight right now. So.
We mentioned, when you mentioned your budget program, we need to give you a dollar amount for.
If there's going to be money available, if I could, yeah.
Yeah. I know we had discussed previously $4 million as a target number for secondary road projects. Is that still the board's desire to have that number as part of that 5 million? Okay.
So there's not gonna be, we're gonna make sure we're able to spend it all, right? We're not expecting 5 million, or I'm not confused, I just wonder, how does it work? Do we know how much we're gonna get? You're talking about the TIF money, right?
Yeah.
And do we know exactly how much we're gonna get?
We're anticipated to get 1.5 million this
For this next year.
go around. So that'll go towards that,
Paying
paying
that off.
that 5 million back, and then,
Okay.
yeah,
Alright.
so.
Over 3-ish, 3 to
We're
4
hoping
years,
like
yeah.
3, at the most 4 years, yeah,
And,
that can be paid back.
and the projects that you can use to spend the money on have already been listed in
Right.
there.
Yep.
Yeah,
So sometime in the next 3 or 4 years, you could up that?
you could, you would have to
You
take
can
out
do it
more
every-
debt,
You can do it anytime.
yeah. We just have to have the debt first, which, you know, comes in the form of. Yeah, we do, so.
So when would that money be available for expenditures?
Well, we're gonna do if we do the loan, it'll be next fiscal year, the fiscal year we're budgeting
27.
for,
27.
26, 27. So, it'll be
Did you-
available then.
Is it put in for expenditures in certain years?
Well, I was gonna ask that with,
Or if all of it's in will the expenditure of that money be in 27, or will it be later?
It would be later.
And it should be
no,
starting in 27.
it could, cause we'll do the
Certified.
loan. We'll do the loan, that's our debt. So come December 1, we certify that $5 million debt.
For,
And then then the money comes in October of 27 and March, I should have said September, I'm sorry, September and March of 27, 28.
Well,
That
you're
would be
talking,
the revenue from the
To pay back.
property tax.
Yeah,
Or
you're-
Yeah.
when can the expenditure
Well,
of
it'll be in
those
there.
dollars be?
yeah, so the paying back the loan is the second part of what you said. The actual originating the loan and receiving the money from the loan can and should be prior to December 1st.
Yes,
So that would be, as soon as we complete the loan, it would be available. So yeah, if we can do that yet this summer, it could be available the beginning of FY 27 budget year, hopefully.
So
Probably not at the beginning, it should be July first.
is it budgeted in the 27?
Not yet, that's what we're saying, we need to get that budgeted.
wait, what? Okay, so what,
The
For
expenditures for Doug to spend it, he needs to have it in the budget we're talking about right now.
yeah, I guess.
He needs
you
to
could.
incorporate that in his
Yeah,
budget.
he needs,
Yeah,
he needs to
yeah.
have that in now.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, so,
So, but you don't know,
Yeah.
we have not started the ball rolling.
We've
as
not,
far as just
we've
the
not
loan.
started the process.
So it's gonna be in the year, but we can't answer him as to when it will be available.
When I had asked Heidi, she said plan on 8 weeks. So, I mean, if we got started now, we could have it ready before, at the beginning of the fiscal year, if we
so
don't
but
start
is
the
the
process.
budget, the current budget that you worked on, did it contain that extra expenditure of $4 million
No.
for this fiscal year?
no,
Mm,
So in order to
Why
spend
didn't-
that, you're gonna have to,
I didn't, I thought.
you're gonna have
we
to
talked about
amend the
it a while, I
budget.
think it got-
That wasn't incorporated in,
Well, we talked about that was the dollar amount though,
yeah, but there was nothing put in the budget for 27, 28 for,
26,
Should be.
26, 27, yeah, we talked about it,
are you sure it's not?
26, 27?
the
Yeah.
one we're working on,
Yeah,
There's
I
like
don't
a
think-
1.3 million.
Right, that's the money that we're getting
expenditure.
in this year,
Well, that's what we already have in that fund.
right,
Would that be in non-department or miscellaneous?
no,
Be non-departmental, wouldn't it?
yeah,
So I would take that into consideration and put it in construction program, which it does, projects need to be in the construction program, but then there also have to be in the boards, or in the county budget,
yeah, and.
in order to expend that money.
Right, exactly,
Yeah, there's just $1 million in here,
mhm.
or 1.3 million.
Mhm.
why don't we during board discussion, if that's all right, should we call, I don't know if she'll be available, but could we call Elizabeth and ask her for sure, you know, our process and make sure that we're covering our bases? Cause I thought that was kind of the plan, that it was going in this budget that we're working on.
Right.
I'm positive that's what we discussed. We know we can't certify the debt till December, but we have to
We can
have
certify it before December, it
Well,
just has to be.
by December 1st, which you're not gonna certify it much, you're gonna certify it in that TIF process, you're not gonna certify it before that, but we can have the
We
debt,
can have it before.
yeah.
Cause issuing the loan and actually going through the process is separate from the certification that you're talking about. The certification would be the follow-up to getting the loan, right?
Well, it's just saying that we have debt so that we can capitalize on the money coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep, it's the back end process.
yeah,
But we could get the loan tomorrow if we had everything ready.
So when you, if you put this form in, do you have to spend it in that fiscal year too?
no,
But if
But
you're gonna,
you're
if
paying
you're gonna
interest.
spend it,
You
it needs
get
to be in the budget.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, I'm pretty certain that was our intent, that it was going in the budget. We didn't circle back to it to make sure that it was put in there, but that was our intent.
I agree. Okay,
is that something that can still be added in with the Department of Management?
Yeah,
Okay, well then, yeah, let's circle back to that at board discussion if we need to,
Yeah.
but
okay,
otherwise, yeah, that's, I guess.
well, that was our
That's what
number
we had
for you, I
talked
guess,
about.
then,
That's-
yeah,
yeah. We will.
And we'll
use
get the
that.
budget worked out as far as getting that added in then. Okay,
Anything else?
I was,
Go ahead.
okay, I was say, if you look at your March calendar, today, March 3rd, Doug Miller, 40 years of service to Kossuth County.
Miller,
So,
thank you.
congratulations.
40 years.
Do you have a certificate or?
Good
I know,
I'm only 39 years old.
How did that
how can
happen?
that be, yeah,
Wow,
Thank you.
yep.
thank you,
Congratulations.
that's 40 years of good work.
Am I gonna get it, do I get a certificate to sign or anything for that?
she'll do it at the same time she does.
Okay,
All of
alright.
them, like next week or the week after.
Very good. Okay, anybody have anything else for Doug? Okay, well, thank you. I guess next on our agenda, we do have discussion decision health insurance options. And,
Donna is not here, she's doing some other work, I know, and she's, but we continue to work Tammy, like I say, Tammy and Donna and I, getting ready for those workshops. We are trying to figure out, and waiting for a couple of things. One is the standard plan, there were some things that needed to be adjusted on that so that deductibles would aggregate on the standard plan. They would be, if you're comparing the standard plan and the high deductible plan, that they would be, as far as coverage, try to figure out a little bit naturally as far as the way things are covered. And then the other one is the insurance, waiting for some sort of a rate for insurance on whatever a person would want to call in lieu of the front loading, the insurance that could be purchased to cover employees that may have some sort of event that would require that deductible prior to them even having an opportunity to get their health savings account built up. So we're waiting on those things. Hopefully those will come in, but the board is not meeting next week. Did somebody say that?
Well, we didn't know for sure because.
I'm gone and Howard said
gone.
he's gone, so I'm not sure if we're gonna have a meeting or not.
Both of you are gone or something.
So
You can have a temporary chair.
the 17th, in 2 weeks, we should have a lot of those questions answered and still be able to make some decisions. But the 25th, we gotta have them by the 25th.
No, I think we can do that.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
So I understood the aggregate as far as number of people and dependents and everything, but is that something that we have had in the past?
Yes,
So it's no different, it's
no,
just clarified.
the one, we'll call it Josh's plan, actually had the aggregate of the health, or the aggregate for the health and the, excuse me, the deductible for the health and the deductible for the pharmacy did not aggregate, so you would have to meet both of those. But we're having that changed to get it so it will aggregate. In the high deductible plan, they both aggregate, they both together,
So is that
Go
gonna make the
for it.
standard plan more expensive?
I'll tell you when I get it.
Sounds like probably yes.
Yeah, I don't know, Howard, what to say. The other thing, we did eliminate the fourth quarter carryover in that standard plan as well. Cause there's no fourth quarter carryover with the high deductible, so. But we should be able to get those numbers back.
Very good, thank you.
Sure.
You know, Josh, 25 years from now, somebody's gonna say, why do we call this the Josh plan? So who was that guy?
Well,
Who was that?
let's say.
Gotta leave my name on something.
That's right.
leave your mark.
All right,
Okay, thanks Doug.
you're welcome. I'll be back up. I was gonna come up for that levy on that DD4,
Oh, okay,
lat 11.
yep, very
All
good.
right,
See you at 10.
you bet.
Okay, wanna go ahead and do a couple drainage items here?
I was gonna say, we wanna do that and then have a break.
That's fine, we'll break till 10 then. Okay. Oh, we have discussion with you first. County auditor discussion.
At 4 o'clock, you have the conference board meeting, and then 6 o'clock tonight, Farm Bureau meeting. Next week,
Better be nothing.
I guess, what does the board wanna do for next week?
Well, let's hear if she's got something, then we can decide. If there's nothing on there, then
Looks like she's got some emails.
yeah. Appoint Steve Stricker and Jake Goshi as commissioners for DD4 Lat 40 and 42 reclassifications. Approve adding Cheyenne Copen to Whittemore Library Board, and approval of the liquor license for Spring Valley Golf Course.
That might be a problem.
yeah.
Could we,
No.
I'm just saying, since Spring Valley needs that, could we
Special meeting,
do a special meeting to get that going?
even if a couple are by phone quick or something?
Yeah, I think maybe we should do that. We need to get that going for them.
Yeah.
I can,
And just name a time if one of us could
Can
be
we,
here.
can we do a quick thing, well, let's say either before lunch or after lunch tomorrow, and just, even if we're not all here.
So I have to have a 24-hour notice, so I have to. have
Yeah,
time.
I was gonna say 8 o'clock tomorrow, and then I thought of that, so we wouldn't be able to do that, but
could we by chance do like noon or?
Yes, 12 o'clock.
Because
Yeah, do
I
noon.
know that I have somebody at 1, I know somebody, I have everybody up until noon. If we could do noon, I can,
Buzz over here,
can
please.
I
sure
would,
you can.
I would
Over
think it'd be
lunch hour.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll just need to get that agenda posted before noon, but,
I'm going to Sway City for a chemical meeting, I think it's out at 11:30.
That's okay, it sounds like Josh can, I can.
if it gets out at 11:30, you might make it back, otherwise you could be on the phone or something
Okay.
if you need.
I'll be on our ends, but I can call in if needed.
As long as we had 3 people here, we'd be fine.
I'm available by phone.
Okay.
I think that I might be here.
Okay,
Perfect, that'd be good, I think we should do that for
or do you
sure.
want like 12:15 for a cushion?
It's fine, that's fine, I
I
mean,
don't care either way.
I could do 12 or 12:15, I'm good with either.
Either one.
Can we add approving Steve and,
the commissioners.
yeah, cause
Yeah.
I know,
Let's do that, that'll be a quick and easy one.
12:15 sounds a little better for me.
Let's do
Okay,
12:15
let's do
for a
12:15
little
then.
cushion. What else did you have there for items so far, or was?
Library.
Cheyenne Copen for Whittemore Library Board.
That should be a 2-second motion. Or
Let's
done.
just, yeah, let's just do those, and then we know we're covered for next week.
I've got a member of the Board of Adjustment to fill that position too, and I already let Corey know. So, we don't have to do that tomorrow, I'm just letting you know.
If you got a name, we probably could.
And then at 10 o'clock, we have the bid consideration from today's bid letter.
Oh,
That's not super time critical. We've just always done them back to back so that there was time in the middle to confirm bids, but we could probably do that the following week if we needed to.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk to Tyler here in a little bit, but, and I don't know, maybe he'd be ready tomorrow, but we've always just done the next week as a standard next meeting.
Yeah, cause I don't wanna throw too much in there, cause I'll have somebody up, I just wanna do the,
Yeah, I would be.
maybe
Yeah,
you think two
quick,
more
More
like
like that should be.
Cause
more
I-
of our
Finish writing what you're
discussion
gonna
around that would be today probably. I mean, I'm not saying we have to, we should be able to push that off,
Well, I
but
just-
we always have, just.
They like to have the time for Tyler to come and really look things over before.
A lot of times, that's.
I say we push that
Appoint
off if we
Clint
can.
Eilers to.
I
I
don't
wouldn't
think,
think the 17th of March would be the end of the world.
I don't think there's
Clint.
any issues with pushing it off,
An
but
EHL,
we can see
ERS.
if Tyler's got any thoughts, I suppose, but
To
I
Board of
doubt there'd
Adjustment?
be
Yes,
problems.
yep. Cause they've been short a
But
person
yeah,
for a while.
unless somebody's numbers are wrong for the bids that get read off today, we should know where we're sitting today.
Okay,
Yeah, if any of us forget, just call us
Yes, please.
tomorrow.
I get busy and consumed and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so I will let everybody know, no meeting next week. Okay. And then, did you wanna call Elizabeth?
Either now or at the end, but I think, probably time to answer. That might take a little bit.
That might take more time, I would do that.
Yeah, should we do that or after,
Yeah,
okay, we're
or
gonna,
if we have time before that 10 o'clock maybe,
yeah. I
That's
mean,
fine.
we could-
is that okay?
Do
Cause
that.
I don't think, we're gonna have a break,
Yeah.
cause it's only 9:10.
Yeah,
So whatever you wanna do, you wanna quick do are these drainage things quick? We
yeah,
do
they'll
all
be,
those?
they'll be pretty quick.
everything prior to bid letting, or bid opening should be quick and easy.
Okay.
Okay. Josh, any meetings?
I did not have any meetings
Didn't do
last
that.
week, but I do have, 9 o'clock board of directors next Monday.
Okay. Kyle?
I had CHADC on Friday, all that went well. I don't know if there's any super big updates there, but we hopefully will have stuff for 2080 in the next month or two, to get that updated and start moving forward. So, and then I think all the rest of you guys were at the meeting on Friday.
I was gonna say, you were at the
I was
meeting
just
Friday.
thinking that, we
Yeah.
were all there, and we just,
Yeah.
we don't have any.
No, I don't know anything,
Yeah. Well, and just to touch on that, I thought it went very well,
Yeah,
a lot of good conversation, I thought it went very well.
a bit more broad of a discussion of what needs to happen in that space than what was originally thought, but no, it was all good discussion, it was.
Yeah.
I think that's, there was something else,
Oh,
oh,
and the
but it
brewer.
was, yeah, it was touched on earlier by Doug of the meeting up in Blue Earth. Howard and I both went up to that in person, and Tyler as well from Bolton and Mink, but that went good, simple, easy, I would say. They did approve to move forward with that project, so, in my conversations with landowners that were there and some that weren't there, in texts and calls afterwards and stuff, everybody seems to be happy, I'd say, and we're moving in the right direction. Getting Minnesota's formal direction on moving forward with the project was another major milestone in getting that project accomplished, and I think Howard probably heard it too, but there was plenty of comments of this has been in the works or desired for 13 plus years, so we've got some significant things that are being crossed off the list, so I guess I feel good about that.
Yeah, well, you guys were there watching or were not, or?
I wasn't watching.
Amber, you were.
Amber and I were.
Yeah,
You were here.
I was confused, sorry.
Yeah.
I knew you were, I wasn't sure about you, Josh, so you.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, the meeting seemed to be very, very smooth, I mean, it was kinda straight to the point, actually.
Yep. They had a couple little things with the landowner that they're going through his ground with the new tile alignment. They discussed a little bit during the meeting and some after, but, yeah, I think it's pretty simple and straightforward.
I thought it was interesting that you can do the reroute and count it as a repair.
We could too.
We can too.
Probably just depending on what the cost is.
It's, one, it is cheaper to go a more direct path, but, we can too, as long as you're not increasing the capacity.
Oh,
That's
gosh,
usually-
You
that's
stole,
what triggers.
you stole my thunder, the big thing there was they had to stay under either 3/10 coefficient or 3300.
3/8.
3/8,
Yep.
and they're not
They're-
getting there, so.
Yeah.
They had to go to it's 32 and they have to go to 36 because there's no 32. But
Next conventional size they can go to. Yep.
it's not
And
gonna,
that's the
it's
same
gonna
for
be
us.
better, but it's not gonna be any super great.
It's not gonna be a Cadillac, but compared to what they have functioning right now, it'll be a Cadillac. Or close to it, cause their current actual capacity is probably, I'm gonna take a educated stab in the dark and say their current actual capacity is probably half to 2/3 what they put on the sheet of advertised capacity, because that's best case scenario, and I know we've had repair after repair after repair up there, so you get dirt, debris, disjointed sections, all sorts of different materials that have been used over the years, that system is far from in good repair. So really, the rest of the equation is Minnesota's doing the project on their side of the border, getting to the road and through the road. We will have to pick up then from there and continue on and do the rest of the project in the Iowa side, which probably, and I haven't talked with Tyler on specifics of it yet, but probably in the next couple weeks or month, we'll probably set a public hearing to officially have that conversation with the landowners of the district for the Iowa side of the project, even though we've had probably 3 informal meetings already, if not more than that. So the district is well aware of the project in the works, but we haven't had the formal public hearing for the Iowa side yet. So we'll do that and then follow up with a project on the Iowa side of the border to really get everything tied together. But Minnesota's the linchpin because our water goes through their ground to get to the ditch, so. Yeah.
Other than the Blue Earth meeting and the former UBC building, that's those 2 things I went to this past week, so those have been well talked about.
Yeah, I was at the meeting over there too, so. Funny enough, a few weeks ago, I was tuning a piano up in Minnesota and at a farm place just across the border, and and got to thinking, oh, I gotta be close to this project, and it turns out the landowner there was one of the main landowners it's going to. He says, I've heard your name somewhere, and no, you haven't, no. But, anyway, otherwise I had no other meetings. Okay, if we wanna do these drainage items quick, we've got discussion decision to approve saturated buffers on private tile outlets in DD 80.
I forwarded you this email from Alex Logan from Iowa Soybean Association. I'm not sure what the next step is, hoping you guys, I did talk to Tyler, he said it needed to go to the board.
Do we have to approve it? I thought there was some confusion about whether or not that was anything that we have to do.
We've approved,
Being it's going into,
our outlet.
into the outlet in DD 80, I think that, I don't know.
So I don't think it has anything to do with dumping into the ditch at all, but we do have a ban on buffer strips in the drainage district right of way. And we have previously had to go through the process of allowing those every time somebody wanted to plant CRP or do anything of that nature. I don't know when that policy was enacted, I couldn't reference it for you.
Why would we have a ban on buffer strips?
Because it's our right of way and I don't know why, but, basically I think, so there's probably multiple implications and reasons why there was a ban on them, and
That's fine, I mean,
probably still should be, we could probably talk on
I
that for a
think
half
one
an
of the
hour to get
reasons
down.
was like, so we could avoid having that nesting season issue,
That'd be one of the factors,
where you
but
can't
it
work at a
comes,
certain time.
it comes down to the structure of the drainage district was here first and has the first authority, so anything that happens
I
within
see.
there, we have control over, basically.
So does this saturated buffer wanna be in the right of way?
I don't know that for sure, cause it doesn't have, like, it's got the map there, but it doesn't, I mean, it's got the blue and green and red bands, but I guess I don't know
But
if there's specific spots for them. But I'm assuming their buffer is probably gonna be right up towards the edge of the ditch, so with being, once it would be within the right of way, that's where we would probably need to approve it, yeah.
Well, just with the nature of buffer strips, they would be.
I would think so, unless there was a significant pothole just off the edge of it and then they had 100 feet of
I'd be
pipe.
surprised if they weren't, but yeah.
Well, like, if you look at the top 40-acre box, there's a
The ponds.
obvious blue pond on the left side, kinda just below the middle, so like that, depending on how much of that they used as a buffer strip or a saturated buffer, if it was flowing through there, they could potentially have like towards the edge of the right of way and then have 100 feet of pipe going into the ditch or something, but I don't know that from the documents we have here, so I would imagine it gets into the edge of the ditch.
Well, I mean, it does say that they will only be treating the private tile outlets and not the DD main that runs through the field.
Yep.
It says the saturated buffers will also not be adding any additional outlets to the drainage ditch.
So I'm guessing they'd be tying into something that's already there and having it just offset of the ditch, but
Well, that's what it is. So
yeah, it just.
It's a parallel
depends how
tile that
close.
hooks into your existing that then filters down to the ditch.
Mhm. So I don't know that we have to, we probably should if it gets within the right of way, but I don't have any concerns about it, I guess, based on what was in the email.
Anybody wanna make a motion to approve it?
I'll
Or have any
move
issues
to
with it?
approve it, and we can have more discussion if anybody else has thoughts, but.
Okay, motion by Stecker, does anybody wanna second that?
I'll second it for sake of discussion.
Okay, more discussion?
So, I guess I should know, but this saturated buffer that's somebody's using for language, this Alex Logan, I guess. That's not one of these carbon cleaning things, or is that what that is?
I
Takes-
would, Do you know?
Yeah, it eliminates 90-some% of the nitrates.
So they're not gonna want that, if you're gonna go in and clean the ditch, they're not gonna want that.
It wouldn't affect, yeah, to my knowledge, it really wouldn't affect too much cleaning the ditch.
Where are you gonna put the stuff you clean out of the ditch?
You would potentially need to go around it or work from the other side.
Okay,
I could see that as
okay,
a functional thing, but like if we've got
If they're gonna, I guess, I'm not trying to be a pain, cause I'm all for it and everything, but if they're gonna excavate and put in this material and all that, do you want that in the right of way?
the material that they would excavate? Or
No.
our material from the ditch?
Well, so they're gonna be constructing a structure, even though it's not an above the ground structure,
Yep.
in the right of way, and I don't know what you've done in the past, I'm all for doing what you've done in the past for a precedent, or this isn't the first time.
This probably would be the first time of something like this. The other stuff that I was talking about before would be primarily for people doing CRP.
Yeah, we have some
That
CRP.
that would have been just simply planting grass and flowers and that type of stuff
So
on the surface.
my question's out there then,
Yep.
do you wanna put a little more thought, I'm not saying we should, I don't have any passion here, but do you don't wanna set a precedence that's gonna affect it?
so to add to that, the Boone River watershed is set within this next year or two. They're gonna do a big batch and build for Humboldt and Kossuth counties, and there's gonna be quite a few saturated buffers going in, so this.
Is this where they fill them with wood chips, is that,
No, that's a bioreactor.
okay,
Yeah.
so what's the definition of a saturated, and I know I should know, I apologize.
So a saturated buffer is basically a parallel tile that runs along the ditch or the creek or whatever, and your private tile that's going down there, instead of going directly into the water, it's hitting that buffer, and then it filters out through the soil to the ditch.
So it doesn't dump directly into the ditch?
Correct, except in high water events, when they have it, they have a science with it where it basically opens it up.
Is this what they're
and it
doing on the
goes.
Mansky property, is that a saturated buffer?
Uh,
And the Lousher and the
Yep.
Lusher or
Yep,
what?
they'd be doing some of that too. It's all part of the conservation program efforts.
Yeah, and those would be on the edge of tile systems.
Right.
Both those ones I
I mean-
mentioned would be aren't on drainage district tile, they're on private tile.
Correct.
Yeah, they are,
The
take my
one
word for
is
it.
private. I'm
Is
not
it?
sure about the second one.
I thought one of them was on district tile.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so, I'm kinda familiar with both areas and they're.
Maybe, I don't know if Lushers, I don't think, I think you're right, Howard.
I do too, but
Is
that's,
it
I don't care if
It
I'm
might
right
be
or
a
not.
different project, I'm thinking.
Either way, that's what a saturated buffer is.
Right, okay, so, now we're back to full circle, do you want, and let's think it through out loud, I guess is what I'm saying, do you want that to be on, what are you gonna do if you, is it gonna interfere with cleaning a ditch?
Do we try to call them and see if we can get more information on where it would actually land, like where it would sit? Because,
And if they've had this issue in the past.
yeah, I mean, and I agree, cleaning the ditch is something we need to be cognizant of and think through. I think that's the difficulty in making a decision off what we have here is we don't have specifics of plans or how it's gonna be laid out.
So I know like north of our property there, and what my grandpa has there in Laverne, we have got a drainage ditch that runs on the north side, and he would like to put some saturated buffer in there eventually as well, but that ditch does need to be cleaned out at some point. I mean, it is, and so that's a very valid, and we've talked about that too, is what do you do in that event, or how does that affect that? I think it would be important before making a decision, either to talk to somebody from the watershed or talk to this guy or whatever, well, this guy's with the NRCS.
He's with Iowa Soybeans.
Iowa
Iowa
Soybean,
Soybean Association,
yeah.
okay,
He's a agronomist.
right, talk to somebody just to get some more insight what that looks like. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of them happening in the near future. So. I know Wright County's got them all over the place.
It does say and we could, I don't know, he did say in there you'd be more than happy to submit those designs when completed to the drainage district, so maybe we tell them to just submit those plans and we can evaluate it from there once we actually see what's designed.
I think it's a lady.
The Alex? Alex is a lady? Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
I talked to a lady and she
Oh,
said
you
she
got
was
it, Dad,
sending
somewhere else.
me,
yeah,
she was
I-
sending me an email, so.
Oh,
I
okay,
didn't read that,
okay.
but either way, I mean, whatever the engineer has for plans, I guess would be good information for us probably.
Well, maybe there's no effect, if they go in and it's all buried, and, you know, maybe it doesn't need to be worried about.
And it shouldn't,
Well, if it's outside of our right of way and it doesn't impact maintenance to the ditch, we also probably wouldn't need to approve it too, so.
So when.
we're just
so is
assuming
this-
it is in the right of way and we're
Yeah.
doing the motion for it, yeah.
Yeah.
So the saturated buffer strip is it somehow, so there's a private tile underneath it that helps with that water. Could they put that on our maps? I mean, could they record that so that we're aware of that being there? You know how private tile is supposed to be on the map as dotted lines? Could we ask that that be put on our maps?
I don't
I
see
mean,
why
I-
not.
Yeah,
So there's, you know,
I would hope that when we're doing a ditch cleaning or doing any repairs that they would be working with the landowner anyway, but yeah, it's,
yeah,
I know what you're saying.
you know, just for years to come.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, so, you know, 40 years from now, that landowner could change and we won't be here.
correct, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just for, not maybe necessarily for us right now, but for the future.
You're not gonna be on the board in 40 years?
No,
But, well, something you wanna vote on or just something,
Well, I can withdraw my second, I guess. and-
Yeah, and I just made the motion so we
I'm certainly
kept
not
the
against it.
conversation
Yeah.
going, I guess, but,
like I say, there's other counties around us that have a whole bunch of them, who I assume they've had the same conversations, but, maybe call Dean Kloos down in Wright County, he's big into the conservation and things,
okay,
so.
and it does say their deadline is the last week of March,
Mhm.
and
That's-
as that's when the field will be tiled,
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
so.
I have absolutely no issue with approving it, but if there's some more questions we want answers to, that's fine.
Why don't we try to call her? She's got her phone number in the email, see if we can get some insight as far as
Now?
how close, that'd be my suggestion or thought, we got half an hour before our bids, I guess. If we want more info, or we could circle back to it after the bids if we want to. If we don't have enough time now.
We'll get the repairs done.
Why don't we do the repairs and that petition done, and then we'll take
Okay,
that.
I'll withdraw my motion and stuff, so we
Okay.
just deal with that later.
Alright, motion and second are withdrawn. Okay, drainage petition for DD 80, lateral 71.
That was discussed when we had that improvement hearing.
Yep.
So I make a motion to send that to Bolton and Mink to incorporate with the current project.
Okay,
I remember that, yeah.
I'll second that.
second by Garmin. This is to accept the petition and send to Bolton and Mink. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We have repair requests, Heather's been waiting.
Hopefully patiently.
I do have
Oh, you
that.
have them,
I
okay.
do have that,
I get one today, that's why I get my first one this year.
yeah.
It almost up to me.
That's Carter's, and I'll just give it to him.
He's got
They
JW.
will do the thing.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What a video out.
Thank you.
Good, Kyle, go ahead.
Yeah, number 3 and 60 sub 4, in grant 22, there's a couple tile holes, marked with the map, a couple of them, so.
Okay. I've got request number 4 in DD 68. Needs to be dam removed for Gary Ernst. Should I abstain from this one? I'm gonna,
Just a beaver dam.
okay, alright, okay. Need a motion for supervisors to accept or take care of the request. Motion by Haas,
Second.
second by Wactor. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. I voted.
I heard you.
Alright. He would like herbal links to do a triple. Put that in there.
So, this one, and then she was hoping
This one really needs to be here.
Okay. Alright, do we need a break and come back and we'll make a couple phone calls?
You guys would actually drink anything in the morning?
What did I do? Yeah, but she
I tried to get it
she
right, but
your
Cheryl was
she
just
said
like,
it's like she was
Yeah.
Are you?
that way they return one with their invoice, so then you match them.
Oh, yeah.
So that was it, this is
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
bidding thing, isn't it?
Oh, is that what that is? Then you can make it, so. So we're gonna
Walk her out.
traffic jam.
Yeah, no, she would do the last one, and then that way they, you know, you return it, take it out, and then
Morning, Molly.
Alright, how's it going?
Are you living the dream, Molly?
I am living the dream. I'm loving this weather, that
You know what, it's been okay, I don't care that we don't have snow and we don't have ice and,
I know.
it's kind of.
After my baby goats are born, then we can have rain, like.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you guys, do you have calves or do you have?
We have
them
cat, we have cattle and pigs.
Okay, so do you?
The pigs aren't
house
affected
and-
by the weather, so.
Are you calving or do you?
Not quite yet.
Okay. I always feel bad for you guys, cause we're not you specifically, but all the cow guys, they like have to go out in the field. It just seems like more work and a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they're a little bigger.
Yeah. Mine don't pretend like they're gonna swat me, but knock on wood, I've never actually had one with the guts to do it.
Well, that's good.
I got your claim sheets back to you.
Oh, thank you.
What's that?
I can hear Bill.
What?
Oh, I see, yeah. I don't think you're gonna bring some plus. It gets me both, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, we have a number to call.
Hey guys,
Bill?
how you doing?
Good.
Alright, are you?
Well, yeah.
Had a good winter?
This number at the bottom.
Yes,
Good.
I appreciate winters
So you
like
have nine?
these, for sure.
You what?
Yes.
I said I
Yes.
appreciate nice calm
Didn't do it,
winters
the
like
one.
we've had.
Alright, alright,
One
you
more.
complain too much, didn't we?
I'd say just dial 9 then 515.
Yeah, I was gone for a month, did some pretty warm weather too, so.
Nice, good for
So
you.
you put this
Are
in.
you guys in a meeting here? I better
No,
check.
I'm not, well, just
We're gonna
about.
make a phone call
Ask,
right now.
ask
Put a speaker.
I think you just. And then you can sit it down. There you go.
You need this one for the test.
You've reached Alex Logan. I'll be taking your phone right now, but please leave a message.
It isn't.
Hang it.
Hi, Alex, this is Carter Nath with the Board of Supervisors here, up in Kossuth County. And we had a request on our agenda to approve a saturated buffer, entering the outlet in DD 80. And we had a couple questions and concerns, so if you could give us a call back, to our auditor's office here at the courthouse. That number
2718.
is 515-295-2718. We would appreciate it, and we'll look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you. It did sound like a sheet.
I think that answers that one.
Okay, we're gonna call somebody else. Oh, Elizabeth.
We're gonna call Elizabeth, just to make sure we have our timeline right, for sure, but I mean, I'm sure it's fine. Otherwise, we won't be able to capitalize on that money.
Right.
We'll need to put it in the budget.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that.
So then
That's
just,
her office line.
Okay.
It's not gonna be longer than a 15-minute conversation though.
I shouldn't.
no,
No, I'm gonna tell the office, they how.
Okay.
Send it out to.
We could probably try to get it on the line.
This is Elizabeth who?
Elizabeth Thompson. Or, no,
Elizabeth Dyer.
Dyer, yeah,
She's
with Gardner.
with Gardner Thompson,
Yeah,
yeah, she's through our office.
Dyer.
What you get, speaker?
Speaker and then hang up the phone.
And we're kind of down the line, my hair, I need to start working again.
Thank you for calling Gardner Company. How may I direct your call?
Good morning, Elizabeth. This is.
This
not
is
Elizabeth.
not-
Receptionist.
Oh, it's the receptionist. Is Elizabeth, available?
She is out at a client. I can transfer you to her. If she's able to answer, she will. If not, you can just leave her a voicemail, then she can give you a call back when she's able.
That would be fine. Yep, thank you.
Okay, one moment.
Yeah.
The person you are trying to reach is currently unavailable.
Leave her a minute.
Please leave a message after the
Okay,
tone.
just,
When you have finished, please
Leave it. We don't know when we're available.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll be tied up here in 15 minutes. I guess I don't have any concerns from an audit perspective that if we're planning to spend it in next fiscal year, we need to have it in the budget. I think that's pretty simple.
Well, we're gonna take out the loan next year, I mean,
I would say we're gonna take out the loan this calendar year, and if we take out the loan this calendar year, we're gonna spend it as soon as possible after that, which would be
Well-
next
Should
fiscal
be
year.
next calendar year.
I'm not for taking out a loan until having it actually done and finalized until after July 1st, but,
Right, he said,
Yeah.
he said fiscal
The-
year.
but then he
this
changed it to calendar year, so.
But either way, I mean, even if we started the process now in March, you wouldn't, even if you say you rushed it to try to have it in 8 weeks, I don't know that there's any need to rush it, but we just wouldn't have to, if we started the process sometime this month, we wouldn't have to rush it, that's what I would think, you just get the ball rolling casually.
Ask is the question, he's probably not gonna, Doug's not gonna be able to get it done this calendar year, that'd be next construction season.
No, well,
which gets you into, but just the same thing, I mean,
Well, it's a little different though, cause he can't actually spend it until we take out the money, and we have the debt.
Yeah, there's two pieces I would think would be important in the question that you just asked. One, if there's any projects that are in the plan with planning to use other funds, like federal or farm to market funds,
Yes.
that are eligible for TIF, they could be paid with TIF instead of those other ones, and those funds could move to other projects. So depending on what pieces he's playing with on the chessboard, you could move things around. He may have a project that's planned to resurface a road or build a bridge for this summer that you wouldn't pay for till the fall or whenever it's actually done, that if we had the borrowing done by then and cash in hand and all our steps through the process, he may be able to use TIF funds instead of other funds, or even local funds. I mean, it just, if we have it available, he could work with those pieces, but if we don't have it available, it's not an option, so, I
Yeah, and
can't,
I'm fine with doing it sooner than later, I just think that it needs to be, you know, in the fiscal year, next, so the fiscal year we're budgeting for, that we take out the money, not this fiscal year, that's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, and I don't have a problem with that, but even if we started the process before the fiscal year ends and we actually receive the money or issue the debt in July or August or whenever, once you have those funds available, you could work with it.
Right,
And that'd be
and
my
I think,
question.
I just think the longer we have the money, the more interest we're gonna pay on $5 million. So I think it's silly to do it sooner than later, meaning there's no reason why we couldn't even, I'm for starting it early, but there's really no reason we need the money in July. You know, he's probably not gonna do that right away, but maybe he will, I don't know. But to me, I just don't wanna have to be paying any more interest than we need to be paying
I think,
on a loan that might not get used right away.
yeah, I think Doug would have to answer the question on whether we have any projects that that TIF funding could be used on. If he had something in the works for this fall that TIF funds could be used on, I would try to have it ready before that, or before we pay that bill.
Agreed.
But that all still comes back to the same thing of fiscal year 27 budget, which is the one we're about to approve.
Yeah, absolutely, it has to be in the budget.
It all comes back to the same thing, whether we issue the debt in July or
we don't have to decide.
August, yeah, that's not a decision for today, we're kind of splitting hairs on that, it all
Just
comes back
making
to-
sure that we budget, I'm just making sure we budget it correctly.
Yep, yeah, we're saying the same thing on the end product.
Well, we have to know today where we're budgeting, what we're budgeting.
I think from all of our conversations previously, I'd be under the impression or understanding that we should have that in FY 27 budget.
So you want it, the 5 million in the expense and in the revenue.
Yeah, and then 4 of that would go to secondary roads and, the other
No.
part
They spend it out of capital projects.
well, yeah, but,
Yeah, it goes into capital projects, so
yeah,
all of it can go in.
so all of it would be in there, so yeah, income and expenses would be on capital projects, yeah.
Okay, I will touch base with Elizabeth just to double check to make sure.
Double check that we're thinking that correctly as far as going into and coming out of.
And if I find out anything different, I will let you know.
What
Otherwise,
size fish did you get this year?
I didn't do a heck of a lot.
I already talked to her about
Not enough.
setting up the accounts because we have to have,
It would've been the end of June.
we have to have line items for the principal, debt service, and for the interest. So I've already talked to her a little bit about that, and,
Perhaps I had that
the proceeds go into capital project funds.
Yeah, because it's
beginning of
kind of
February.
important to know when we have to pay
Things
for it.
opened up.
Exactly.
When we make our first
And
payment,
that's
because
why-
we're not gonna give the official money right away.
And so there's just so many questions we don't have answered yet, it's hard for me to,
Well, and I think that would, when we go through the process,
Oh,
even
really?
starting that
I
process,
like-
I
I
think
don't
that's when we
Yeah.
help answer all those questions.
Good.
Yeah.
We still gotta
I can
have a budget
understand why
prior to
Tad
that if
would
we're
not
gonna
want
spend
to.
it,
Hey, if you wanna go out there in the wintertime, my shack's always out there.
Well, I might give you a call, I don't know, I just like getting
Well, I
out.
don't think there'll be, excuse me, out there anymore this
Cause we
winter.
don't-
No, no, not anymore.
money
Is it even, is it froze
They got
over out there?
Well, part of it.
until
Yeah.
roughly October,
I
27.
don't know, it's crazy when you think about it.
correct.
I think the car,
Hypothetically,
So
I'm not saying this is the way it would be, but if you got the loan on August first,
yeah,
How old are you, Doug?
how old?
Yeah.
when would the payment be due?
You
That's
got
what
an
I'm
age
wondering.
limit on?
Like, do we have to worry about it? We won't actually have money to pay it until
You're out
October.
there someday or?
Oh, someday, I just,
In my understanding of things, that would all
healthy
be,
enough.
like the payment schedule and all of those details would all be set up in our financing. Plan when we issue that debt.
Exactly, but
So we would lay all that out there.
exactly, but how often, I mean, do you, I mean, usually if you pay a loan,
Well, I've been
the
here 40 years.
longest time limit is once a year.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm making the point
Started
is,
in
we
2009.
won't actually have money to pay it until October of 27.
Well, you can live with that.
And then the question comes out, if you can't, and I know we don't know the answer, but if you can't use the money until
There was a new up here.
March or April or May or June of 27, there's no point in getting the money until then either. But if you can pay for something,
But out of our current loans that we have, that'll be paid by,
So I
well,
lived there till I was
We're-
20.
we're all,
There, play a little
we'll be, the current loans we have will be paid
That town has
with
changed
the
so
money
much
coming
since I
in this
was.
fall, right? Cause
I graduated
we
in
didn't
March.
have more debt
When I
certified than
graduated,
had.
No, they'll be
this
paid,
is no lie.
Yeah.
So,
Don't want to sound.
not necessarily this fall, but next.
Go ahead, hand stuff.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
fall,
wanna
yeah.
be interrupting. No, you're fine.
There was an awful lot of sidebar in the back that wasn't getting cited.
so are all of those internal loans with the county?
Yes,
So,
We have no outside debt.
yeah, so we don't have to put those this fall if we need to make a payment.
So what'll happen is the funds that we receive, the funds that we receive,
I don't know where all the ethnicity, but.
the funds that we will receive will go to pay the internal loan. Anything that's extra will go back to the treasurer for him to redistribute to the other entities.
Languages.
The
And one of my classmates.
property taxpayers that paid in,
Correct.
yeah.
but no, that money will be used to pay the current loan.
Yes.
So with that, we're gonna get back up.
It won't be like that, because the other places are gonna be
You're on records?
the things that you withhold when you're figuring the TIF, which is some of the schools
Right.
Gone?
You can send them pockets there, that's very good, right?
so, on this subject coming up, this green box is lat
Oh, you did? Huh.
That's the watershed boundary.
Yeah.
The open, whoops, can't do that. So the open ditch across the highway somewhere south of there.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my water.
That's the very
It
bottom.
was always a story, I don't think we ever solved it.
The open ditch is not.
Probably not.
No,
That was.
that's the open ditch right there.
Right.
But it crosses the highway.
What?
The open ditch
There
runs.
you go. I
Try to
did
get
too.
that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot 11 open ditch and there's a lot 11 tile. So there's two side by side. This is the very, right there is the very top of the lot 11 open ditch currently. It used to go to there, that was filled in, but the ditch is below that. This is the tile system and the tile system will cross 169.
And what we're doing now is just the top.
Correct, yep. The ditch below that goes down a couple miles
Right.
roughly and ties the main open ditch at 84, which also crosses 169.
So,
Up
this
stream
is
of
this is
that.
what you're thinking.
No,
That's right. Part of the reason.
Bancroft is south, they
yep. about 2 to 3 miles from where you're looking on the page, but yeah, just a couple miles south.
I'm pretty sure this. And you feel free to use this.
Will they have two?
Okay. So this is alternate one, so there must be two that they're bidding out one and out two.
Okay.
So you need that section.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, he's always in charge.
Trustees, right, trustees.
We have contracts.
Yeah.
We don't do it all the time, we might not.
Since we have contractors and some new faces in the room before we get started here, just as a trustees, as curiosity, could you go around and introduce yourselves? Just what company you're with?
GM Contracting, I like Bristol, myself.
Okay.
Dan Roth, Semcast Pipe and Precast.
Brian Nettleton, Nettleton Excavating.
Dale Wright, full right from West City.
Brian Lenning, Home Contracting.
Dustin Ireland with Gerke. Jeremiah Charleston, 605 Companies.
Thank you. Thanks for being with us. So, well, I think it is 10 o'clock on the dot, so we can go ahead and get started,
I'll
Tyler.
take it away. Yes, thanks all. This is the bid opening for the Drainage District 4 Lateral 11 Tile Improvement Project. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your bids. We will open these. I plan on reading the alternates 1s and alternate 2 totals at the end. These will then be tabulated and considered at least a week from today. I heard there may be a change in that consideration date. We'll get to that after we've gotten all of these read. First up, we have GM Contracting out of Lake Crystal, Minnesota. Bid security is in the form of a bid bond at 5%. Appears in order.
Did they acknowledge addendum?
I will know when I get the first, that is on the front page of this proposal. Recognize addendum number 1. Total on alternate one of $2,937,833.28. That was 2,937,833.28. Total on alternate two of $1,778,060.19. 1,778,060.19.
Just for clarification's sake, your engineer's estimate, was that based off of concrete?
It was, correct, the higher of the, they were both
Okay.
set approximately the same at, the 2.478.
Okay, so that was for both.
Next is Reitzel Excavating Inc. out of Burt, Iowa. Bid security is in the form of a bid bond at 5%. They have recognized addendum number 1. Total on alternate one of $2,541,488.00. 2,544.
4-4 or 4-1?
You said 4-1.
Oh, yep, 4-1, sorry. 488.00. Total on alternate two of $1,730,588.75. 1,730,588.75. Next is Gerke Inc. out of Eldora, Iowa. Bid security is in the form of a bid bond at 5%. Here's an order. They have recognized addendum number 1. Total on alternate one of $2,908,600 and 25 cents. 2908 600.25. Total on alternate 2 of $1,910,674.50. 1910674.50. Next is Brian Nettleton Excavating out of Joyce, Iowa. Bid security is in the form of a bid bond at 5%. Recognized addendum number 1. Total on alternate 1 of $2,964,842.00. 2,964,842.00. Total on alternate 2 of $1,924,982.00. 1,924,982.00. Next is 605 Companies out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Bid security is in the form of a bid bond at 5%. They have a recognized addendum number 1. Total on alternate 1 of $3,473,101.00. 3,473,101.00. A total on alternate 2 of $2,151,730.00. 2,151,730.00. Next, we have Rognus Brothers out of Lake Mills, Iowa. Bid security in the form of a bid bond at 5%. They have recognized addendum 1. Total on alternate 1 is $2,734,304.30. 2,734,304.30. Total on alternate 2 of $2,753,141.80. 2,753,141.80. Next is Litzow Farm Drainage,
Can you spell that?
Litzau.
Thank you.
They do not have where they're from on this. See on the. They're out of Atwater, Minnesota. Bid security is in the form of a bid bond at 5%.
What is it?
They've recognized addendum number 1. Total on alternate 1 of $3,770,107.00. 3,770,107.00. Total on alternate 2 of $2,491,550.00. 2,491,550.00. And the last one we have here is from Holland Contracting out of Forest City, Iowa. Bid security is in the form of a bid bond at 5%. They have recognized addendum 1. Total on alternate 1 of $2,448,050.22. 2,448,050.22. Alternate 2 is no bid. Thank you all. Again, these will be tabulated and considered.
We won't be meeting next week on the 10th. So we won't be meeting again till the 17th.
Okay.
Is that gonna work or any concerns or issues?
The 17th will be 2 weeks from now, unless there was a way of meeting specially for a consideration.
We're meeting tomorrow for,
At noon, 12:15.
That's, well, my thing would, it would be mostly for the landowner's consideration. I don't think we should do it for,
Yeah.
for tomorrow.
That quick,
Okay.
we wouldn't be able to notify you.
Consideration,
2
will,
weeks.
will be on the 17th.
okay.
Thank you all.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you. Love it.
Well,
Sometimes only 4 or 5, but usually
You see the numbers,
Yeah.
so that's probably why
yes,
also.
yes.
so they.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's. GM contracting was pretty close, right, so otherwise, nobody else was close. 50,000, 60,000.
Okay,
Yeah, short 50.
thanks Tyler.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna tidy up here and then I'll be
Okay.
on my way.
Tammy, did we get any calls back? Do you know?
I will go check.
So you have some opinion about my reaction?
Oh.
I don't know if you know the details of how they're.
Well, you know, that,
We
in
could
general.
ask.
Tyler,
Yep.
we had a item on our agenda today to approve a buffer strip for
Saturated
or saturated buffer into outlet for DD 80. And question was, how does that affect if we do a ditch clean out in the future? Is that a hindrance to that,
Like a
or
maintenance
as far as maintaining that?
So those they are typically installed deep enough that the construction equipment isn't a bother to them. The only, I shouldn't say the only, the biggest concern that I've ever had about them are the control structures that have to go in for the control of your elevation in the system.
Yep.
Those almost always certainly have to be placed in the right of way. They're usually not difficult to work around. However, they're at a static elevation, and if you're putting spoils around them that, depending on how much you bring out, they're really just more of a, I've always recommended they gain approval from the drainage district so that, one, the district knows what's going on, and two, they can be noted on plans in the event that anything happens. I think that approval should always come with the caveat that the district is not responsible for any costs associated in the event they need to be removed, altered, or repaired based on the dealings of district work. And then you do the best you can to work around them in the event that there's maintenance work, and if something different has to happen, then the district holds itself blameless or harmless on that. My stance on any of this, utilities, water quality implementations, anything like that, is that it should not cause an increase in project cost to the district, whether from its construction or any future maintenance work.
Would there be any agreements that you guys would have, or know of any other counties that would have agreements that would outline that stuff?
And actually, let me get something to Tammy that we've prepared for others for this exact situation. I apologize that I gotten that. I didn't know it was so soon that was coming up for the consideration on that.
Well, it's a private tile thing, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not anything you would have known about unless you looked at our agenda.
It's, I will get something to Tammy about that essentially just lays out those considerations of what I've, and it's.
Basically, you can put it in the right of way, but it's your problem.
It's your cost.
It's the same really with construction of anything in the right of ways,
Yep.
right? Is that the landowners have the beneficial use of it. They shouldn't be building any permanent structures there. This I see as a gray area between a temporary and.
Semi-permanent.
Correct.
Permanent, but it's not above ground or.
And it's not something that, it's not you're going through someone's machine shed, right? It's a control structure that you wouldn't want to damage, but it's not going to stop you either, so.
Yeah.
It's just really something that, for clarification, that the district isn't held responsible in the event that something happens to it because of maintenance.
Yep.
Can that just be in a motion like that, we're not, or how do we get that caveat?
From what Tyler said, if they got something, I would, say we would take that and approve it pending their completion of that form, or,
Sounds good to me, too.
yeah. So,
Because it has a place for the district to acknowledge that it's been issued, and then the recipient to understand.
and if it lays out all the general basics of, you can do it, but we're not paying for it, that covers us for future maintenance or anything that way, so yeah, I would think then you could probably approve it pending.
And what is the right of way, is it 100 feet?
57 and a half feet each side, it's
157 or 57?
57, it's 150, there was a motion made for all of the ditch facilities, unless otherwise mentioned, that it's 115 feet total. 57 and a half feet each side of center line.
Yep,
In the center of the ditch.
Correct.
yep.
Which is sometimes a moving target, but that's neither here nor there.
Sometimes the top of the ditch is quite wide too.
Well, I
Okay,
think we got
well-
some good bids.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Concrete's,
Only 50 or 60% more expensive.
right, and gosh, there's one concrete bid in there that's lower than the estimate.
There's a couple.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, some that are kind of right, I'd say right at it, but,
Well, yeah.
yeah, those are good
There's
bids.
one that was lower.
One that was lower, another one that was close.
Here are all of the envelopes as proof that
Okay.
the opening happened. We'll take the proposals and all of that, scan it all in, get it tabulated, and get them right back up here, so.
Okay.
Acres for this, probably 3,000-ish.
That sounds about right.
I could
Off
find,
the top of my head, I don't.
I wanna say like 27, 2800.
That sounds right.
Yeah, which it wouldn't be a true average, but yeah.
No, I understand, yeah,
Yep.
I know, I understand. Gives you a base.
And that's only improving the lower half roughly.
Do we want a motion for the saturated buffer then? Before we adjourn?
I think we can.
We probably could, I mean, might be nice to see the form first, but I don't have any concerns if it checks the boxes that we were talking about,
And I think even if the form doesn't, you can certainly get it to a point where it's going to satisfy
Yeah.
your needs.
I'd be fine with that.
Okay,
You guys all good with that?
Yep, as long as we have that form, I'm good.
Well, I'd make motion to approve the saturated buffer pending completion of the form as discussed.
okay,
Second,
second by Haas. Any further discussion? Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, if not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Alright, well, all we've got left is adjournment. Anybody wanna make that motion? Motion by Garmin to adjourn,
Second.
second by Stecker. Any discussion?
Yeah, did we get a hold of Elizabeth? Are we gonna try
Yeah,
and
maybe.
take
No, I'll take care of it.
Well,
care of it?
yeah,
Just wanna make sure.
no,
that
good
we-
question, good question. Okay, if nothing else, all in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried, we adjourned at 10:29. Told you we get done by noon.
Tammy, is our audit done? I mean, I know they don't provide the report, but is it done?
I think so,
Everything's done.
yeah.
See you guys at 4.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
that's here.
Liz here.
So do we just keep the envelopes in the folder?
Gotta go back and look at that agenda again.
Tammy,
I
just
don't know about that.
take that there.
Are we done recording?